It's not muted, so you can say hi.
Good morning, guys.
Want to say hi to Mr. Gregory?
Hi, Mr. Gregory.
Hi, Lexi. Great to see you.
Hi, Liam.
Lexi, I got some artwork that you did that I'm going to share next week. I can't wait to show everybody what you made. Hi, Mason. Nice to see you. There's Rihanna. Hey, Rihanna. Rihanna, I think you're going to love the story we're telling today. It's a beautiful fairy tale. Let's see. Who else? Who else? Hi, Rebecca. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Lovely to see you. Hi, Namig. I like your yellow shirt. Good morning, Liam. Nice to see you. Hi. Hey, Luca. Good to see you, Luca. Is Luca there? I think I see you. Hi, Mom. I said hi to Julia. Kostya, good morning.
Hi, Mom.
Yes. Morning, Eden. Morning, friends in Toronto.
Mr. Gregory said the hi, Eden.
Friday, everybody.
Cookie guys. When I do this, a little people and I cover my glasses. Betsy, listen.
Yeah, good morning, friends in Moscow. Nice to see you.
Come.
Good morning.
The scissors over there.
I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. Started. All right,
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Miss Amanda. How are you today?
Good morning, Mr. Gregory. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
So lovely to be here with you and with all of our friends. I just want to welcome everybody to my blanket fort. The blanket fort, if you don't know, or if you've forgotten, is the special place where I like to go to spend time, to relax, and I always have lots of stories to read when I'm here. Sometimes I use this time to be alone, and other times my cat, Isadora, joins me. Today, I think she's going to join us at the end of our story, so we'll look forward to seeing her later. Are you guys ready to head out into the Fable Forest and see what our story is for today? If you're ready, let me see a big smile and a nod. All right, let's head on over to the Fable Forest. I'll see you over there in just a minute. Oh, wow, it's gorgeous today. Hey, there you are. I was wondering what happened to you. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day it is here in the Fable Forest today. Today's story, my friends, is one that I have always wanted to tell you. It is a beautiful story, and it's a long story, so get comfortable and relax and let the story wash over you. It's about a young man by the name of Jack. Now, we've heard 2 stories about Jack already. This might be Jack's greatest adventure. The first time we met Jack, he got some magic beans from a mysterious man, and he climbed a beanstalk up to the kingdom of the giants. Remember? Such a magical story. The second time we met Jack, he wanted to get a job, and he had to carry a donkey on his back, and he made everybody laugh. Well, did you know that Jack had one more adventure? And it was his greatest adventure. So this is the final adventure of Jack and someone special he met by the name of Featherflight. Let's get started. Now, Jack Jack had been working for some time on the farm, helping his mother, hanging out with his cow, but he hadn't had an adventure in quite a while. And along came the mysterious man again. He always seems to show up when Jack needs an adventure, right? And the mysterious man said to Jack, he said, "Jack, it's been a while since I've seen you, and why haven't you come to my house?" Jack was confused. He said, "What do you mean, old man?" And the mysterious man said, "You're very late. You better get going. You're not a little boy anymore." And Jack was very confused by this, right? So he went to his mother and he said, "Mother, am I a grown-up?" And she said, "Jack, go look in the mirror." And when Jack looked in the mirror, which he hadn't done in a while, he was alarmed to find that he was indeed a grown-up. Huh? How did that happen? He had facial hair now. He'd gotten very tall and he was very strong. And it made him a little confused. So Jack said, "Well, now that I'm a grown-up, I'm a man now, what should I do?" I know. I should go out and seek my fortune in the wide, wide world. So Jack bid his mother goodbye and his cow to seek his fortune in the wide world. But before he went, his mother gave him a gift. She said, "Jack, this old gold compass will always help you find your home. It was your father's, and I could have sold it a long time ago when we were poor, and now I want you to have it. Don't lose it." Jack promised he would not lose the compass, and he carried himself along quite well in the world until he came to a fork in the road. No, not that kind of fork. He came to a place where the road split off. One side was the town he knew very well. One side went into the unknown. Which way should Jack go? Which way should he go? Should he go the way he knows or the way he doesn't? Point for me. Can you point which way you think Jack should go? Let me see who's pointing. Everyone to go into the unknown. Oh my goodness. So the moment Jack decided to go into the unknown, he found himself in a strange, new part of the forest. It felt like a magical place. The world itself was humming with new possibilities. And Jack really, really was curious about what he'd find here until he got hungry. Lunchtime, he thought. I didn't bring anything to eat. "Oh, Jack," came a sweet little voice in his ear. It was a talking bluebird. "Oh, Jack," said the bluebird. "Jack, if you look behind you, there's an inn where you will get something good to eat." "Oh, come on, birdie. How can there be an inn behind me? I would have seen it." And the bird said, "Now, Jack, don't go looking for trouble, or you will most certainly find some." He wasn't sure what the bird meant. But one thing Jack knew for sure, one thing he knew for sure, is that there's definitely not an inn behind him. Is there an inn behind me? Is there? Should I? Oh, there is an inn behind me. How is that possible? So Jack walked up to the inn, opened the door, and he went inside. And it was warm and cozy, and the smell of good cooking almost knocked him over. He got himself a big plate of food. He thanked the innkeeper, and then he started to look around. The people in the inn were unusual to him. Some of them looked like fairies. Some of them looked like ogres. Some of them might have been elves. He was definitely in a magical place now. And over in the corner, there was a big table where they were playing some kind of card game. Jack wanted to play too, but he wasn't sure if he should. And then he heard a rumbling bass voice. "So, you're Jack, who outsmarted the giant. We've been waiting for you to come," said the red-bearded man. "I am Mayrock of the Mountain. Come and play a game of cards with us. If you win, you'll get all this money. But if I win, I get that compass you've got." Jack didn't want to bet his compass, but he knew it was his lucky day. So he played cards. He played whatever game they were playing. Battleship, Yahtzee, whatever it was, Jack won, and the red-bearded man was angry. And he said, "No one beats Mayrock of the Mountain," and he snatched away Jack's golden compass, and poof, disappeared, just like that. "Oh no," said Jack, "my compass. I promised my mother I would never lose it, and now it's gone. Hey, can anybody help me get my compass back?" Who was that guy with the red beard? But nobody would help Jack. Finally, he asked the innkeeper, "Oh, lady innkeeper, do you know who that guy with the red beard was? He took a precious compass and I need it back." And the innkeeper said, "Now, Jack, don't go looking for trouble or you're surely going to find some." But Jack wanted to know. So she said, "Jack, the only person that can help you find that guy's house is Old Man Brewer. And he lived in the Purple Wood." So Jack made his way to Old Man Brewer's cottage, and he walked up to the door, but before he could even go inside, who should show up but the mysterious old man again. "So, Jack, you finally made it to my house, have you? It's about time. You were running late. Now, I know you want your golden compass back, and here's what you must do. Go on down to the river and wait for a young woman to come. Her name is Featherflight. She is the only one who can help you get your compass back." And Jack thanked the old man. Once again, he was there to catch Jack. Always, always, always. So down by the river, Jack waited for Featherflight. Who is Featherflight, he wondered. I've never met anybody with that name. All of a sudden, up in the sky, Jack heard the fluttering of wings, and a whole flock of swans came swooping down on the water. Jack watched as the swans landed gracefully on the mirror glass water, and then when the moonlight touched their feathery wings, they turned into beautiful ladies. So magical. Jack knew that he was not home now, and he saw who had to be Featherflight, the eldest of the girls. "Hey, is your name Featherflight? Can you help me, possibly?" And she looked at him quite strangely because she had never seen anything quite like him before. And she said, "I am Featherflight. Who are you?" He said, "I'm Jack. Jack of the farm, Jack of the mountain. Can you help me get to your father's house? He took something that's very precious to me and I need it back." And she said, "It takes a very brave man to want to do that, to face my father, the mountain king. Follow me, Jack." And she ran a ways down the river. "Hey, wait for me." So he ran after her, and all of a sudden he found that she had her arms around him, and she said, "Take this feather in your hand, Jack, and you can fly." The next thing Jack knew, he was flying, with all the swans in the sky. Whoa, the feather made him lighter than air. And as he looked down, he knew that these were not the mountains he knew. "Featherflight, slow down," he cried, but she only went faster until, boom, they landed on the mountain. Wow, what a journey. And Featherflight said, "Now, Jack, listen to my words. My father cannot know that I helped you. You must go into the castle alone." So Jack steeled his nerves. It wasn't the first time he'd been in a mysterious castle. So he turned around and made his way for the door. And the next thing he knew, he was in the Mountain King's court. And the Mountain King said, "So, you want your golden compass back, do you? I'll give it back to you, but you must pass 3 tests." And just like that, Jack found himself outside of an old barn. "Fix this barn for me. It needs to have a new red roof," said King Mayrock. "And when you fix the barn, you can have another test. And if you can't fix the barn, I will eat you up." Oh, great, thought Jack. All right, I can do this. I'm a farm boy, right? I know how to fix a barn. So Jack got the red shingles to put the new roof on. But every time he put a shingle on the roof, it disappeared. He tried again. Oh, no, they keep disappearing. Oh, it's enchanted. I should have known. And Jack was just about to give up when suddenly Featherflight appeared. She said, "Jack, let me help you. I'll use my magic." And she began to sing. "Birds of land and birds of sea, come and lend some help to me." And just like that, all the bluebirds of the forest came flying in. And in 2 seconds flat, they fixed up the barn. "Oh, wow," said Jack. "They did it. Featherflight, why are you helping me?" And she said, "Maybe I'm helping myself." Did you ever think of that? And when Mayrock came down from the mountain that day, he said, "Ooh, somebody must have helped you, boy. But no matter, it's time for your second test. Up there on the mountain is my wild stallion. Tame that stallion and ride him back to the castle, or be eaten." And Jack thought, okay, I can do this. I'm a farm boy. I know about horses. Ah, these horses are wild. Oh, they're crazy. Ooh, how do you tame a wild horse? And who do you think appeared? Featherflight again. And she sang again. "Birds of sea and birds of land, come and lend a helping hand." And just like that, all the bluebirds of the forest came again. And when Jack looked up in the sky, they were giving him a golden bridle to tame the horse with. "Thank you, Featherflight." So Jack tamed that horse with the bridle, and he rode it right up to the Mountain King's palace. Now the Mountain King pretended he wasn't upset while he put on his 9-mile boots. "So," he said, "one more test for you, lad. Go to the Forbidden Island. Reach up into the magic tree and bring me whatever you find there. If you can do that, I will give you back your compass, and I'll throw a masquerade ball for you in celebration. 1, 2, 3. All right, sail to the island," said Jack. "Get something out of a tree." One problem. Where's the island? Oh no. But before Jack could start to doubt too much, Featherflight appeared in a beautiful swan boat. So Jack and Featherflight sailed slowly to the island, which revealed itself magically to them as soon as they got there. They left the boat in the rushes, and they found the tree. "All right," said Jack, "I've got to climb this thing, I guess, and get whatever's up in the tree." So Jack climbed up into the tree, reached up, and produced a strange ball of magic. How bizarre, he thought. I wonder what... A golden egg. A golden egg? This is what King Mayrock wanted me to bring? All right, I guess I've done it. And Featherflight realized, with a gasp, that she had left her ruby ring up in the tree when she climbed up with Jack. "Oh no," said Jack. "Don't worry," said Featherflight. "That's how you'll know me. All of my sisters have a ruby ring like this one. I will be the only girl who doesn't have one. That's how you'll be able to find me at the masquerade ball." And King Mayrock started the ball off right. He gave everybody a mask to wear, and Jack was looking around at the masquerade ball, trying to find Featherflight. Featherflight? Featherflight, everybody looks the same at a masquerade ball. He couldn't know where she was, and his head was spinning from the music, when all of a sudden, a young woman held her hand out to him. She wasn't wearing a ruby ring. "Featherflight, is that you?" And just like that, their masks disappeared. It was Featherflight. "Jack," she said, "we have to go. My father has found out that I helped you. We have to escape now." And just like that, they went to the barn. They saddled up the wild horse, and they rode for their lives. But King Mayrock was on to them, and he was chasing them. "I'll get you, lad." And as they rode and rode, Featherflight produced a thorny black rose, and she did one of her spells. "Good roads before us, briars and vines behind us." And just like that, they were separated from the Mountain King by all those thorns. But he was able to burn through the thorns. "I'll get you yet," he said. So Featherflight produced a blue bottle. "Good roads before us," she said. "Sea of water behind us." And she threw the bottle's water behind them. And they were safe from the Mountain King, and they could ride safely back to someplace new. But without his compass, Jack couldn't find his way home. He was very, very lost and confused. And the further away they got from Featherflight's mountain, the weaker she became. Then Jack saw his barn. "Oh, Featherflight, we're home," he said. "We're almost there. I'm going to go see my mother." And she said, "You go, Jack. But I'm going to stay here and rest. I'm very tired. Jack, I've helped you a lot. Now it's time for you to help me. You must remember me. Can you do that?" "Of course I'll remember you, Featherflight," said Jack. "I could never forget you. You're the most magical person I've ever met." All right, said Featherflight. As you leave, you must turn around 3 times and wave to me. Okay, said Jack, not knowing that magic was at work. Magic is tricky in these stories. So he started to walk away. He turned around and waved goodbye once. See you, Featherflight. He began walking a little further. He turned around one more time. So long, lady. And he didn't turn around a 3rd time. And once Jack was back to his farm country, he'd forgotten all of his adventures with Featherflight. He couldn't remember a thing. Now, his mother was obviously very happy to see him, although she was disappointed he'd lost the golden compass. So Jack went back to work. He even visited with his little kitten, who licked him on the face. Some say the kitten's kiss is what made him forget, but I don't know. And Jack went back to work. Well, of course, who comes along but the mysterious old man? And the mysterious old man is always there to help Jack, right? He comes up to Jack and he says, now, Jack, before you were running late. Now you're really late. Remember, Jack. Jack was like, remember what? That guy's always so cryptic. Remember what? And then all of a sudden, something fell on his head. Oh, weird. Jack opened the golden egg, and inside he found his father's compass and a white feather. And just like that, Jack remembered Featherflight, and she appeared, fluttering down from the sky. You did it, Jack, she said. You remembered. And Jack and Featherflight remained friends forever. And they are still dancing in the moonlight, some people say. And that is the story of Jack's final adventure. At least, that's the final adventure that I know of that was written down. Now, my friends, as we head off for our weekends, I challenge you to make up a story about Jack. It could be one of the stories we've already told, or it could be a new one. There are so many things to do with these characters. Or a new story yourself. I have received a couple of really beautiful stories from friends that have emailed them to me, and I would love to do one day next week where we share all of those stories. Would that be fun? All right, friends, I'm going to head on back to the blanket fort. Remember to email me your stories and pictures at Gregory. What is my email address? I can't remember. I'll type it up there. I think it's Gregory at
Montessori.com.
And the challenge of remembering a story makes me not remember email addresses. So remember, friends, today is Friday. That means no Forest Fables tomorrow, no Forest Fables the next day, but we'll be back at 10:30, I believe, on Monday, a little bit earlier than usual. We'll confirm that. And now, I think Amanda's saying yes, 10:30 on Monday for more stories and fables. I can't wait to see you then. I'm going to see if Isadora is ready to come say hello, and we can unmute our friends, and everyone can say a lovely, happy Friday.
Gregory.
Bye, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Mr. Ethan. Hi, my
She's very cuddly today.
Oh, Vanderbilt. Popcorn looks delicious. That is such a big egg, Vanderbilt. Did you already take a big bite?
Hi, Emma. Arvin. Thank you, Sandra, so much.
Great storytelling.
Jack.
Thank you, Mr. Gregory, for his great storytelling.
Thank you.
Did you like that?
Jackson, are you using your dad as rhyming structure? Oh, what are you doing?
I like that story. What a story, huh?
Thank you, Mr. Thank you.
You're welcome. so welcome. I'm going to share some of your art. Oh, Ashley, love your blanket.
Red letters over here. Red letters over here. Red letters over here.
Send me a beautiful mirror you have. My friends, awesome friend in Toronto, thanks for joining us today. Back again, please. Daniela.
Cheese.
How's the yoga class going? You gotta join. You gotta get in there. It's running out of my breathing. Back in gear. Oh, EQ's gone. I think it's Happy Friday, everybody.
All right, friends.
Thank you.
Later today for science at 3:30.
Bye, everybody. And thank you, teachers, for helping everything. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Katie. Good to see you. See you later.